the last month he's been playing at the rate at which he was playing at last season.
Yeah.
He's the best player in the world, and I actually don't think there's anyone close to him.
Welcome back to Saturday Social. We are joined by Flav, Luca and Faysal. OK, Joe, time to draw our attention to the Champions League because the round of 16 kicks off this week and I'm very excited about it, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got Faysal and we've got Luca, two European football watchers in the studio. So we are going to today build out basically the best player in each position for the remaining Champions League clubs. You guys are going to be in charge of this. You've both brought an 11 to the table, but remember there's only 16 clubs you can select from as well.
That's important,
16 remaining sides in this competition. Flav, you're going to have the deciding vote over any disagreements.
Yes, so we have a reminder of the teams left in it. So this is a reminder of the round of 16 ties. So as we said, plenty of elite teams left and plenty of players for you to choose from when you're selecting your team. Some massive ties coming up, aren't there? 6 English teams left in it, and as you can see, it's very heavily weighted on the left-hand side. Obviously, the likes of Madrid, City, Bayern, Chelsea and Liverpool all on that side. I think the only team on the right-hand side, Joe, to have recently been in a Champions League final were Tottenham, actually, interestingly. So, should we get cracking with the debate?
Goodness me.
got to try.
Had to get
some
that in there,
sort
didn't
of positivity, clutching wherever we can.
Goalkeepers then. Best remaining goalkeeper this season.
Oh, disagreement straight away. Love it.
But I've gone with Gianluigi Donnarumma. I think this season, combining UCL and league performances, I think he's been the best. I think he's been one of the signings of the summer. And when we talk about match-winning capabilities for goalkeepers, this guy here, alongside Courtois as well, this is no disrespect to him because I think these are top 2, is up there with the very best. Like, some of the saves he's made for City this season, big games as well, Arsenal, Liverpool, to keep them in this title race is insane. And I think if City were to go on to win the league, he would be in for Player of the Season. And I think Donnarumma's been incredible. Also, PSG are struggling massively, in my opinion, without him. That kind of just favours him even more.
Yeah.
I think too, because we wouldn't be in this stage where we are right now in the Champions League if it wasn't for Thibaut. He's been our best player this season, in a season where that's been a lot of disappointments, with so many injuries, so many players. He's been the only person consistent alongside someone else, which I've got in my list. He's saved the most big chances created in terms of the season. He's faced the most chances in terms of XG and prevented the most in the top 5. He averages 4 big chances saved every single game. Real Madrid without Thibaut Courtois would not have been in the Champions League. The Benfica games, the playoffs game, we've been knocked out. The Juventus, the Marseilles, the Liverpool, we lost 1-0. It should have been 4. The City game, it's all Thibaut.
It's a good debate, to be fair. Two keepers based on this season
Thibaut's
as well, by the way,
Real Madrid.
who are bang on form. Who would you rather have? Because I think sort of the PSG Champions League win last year, I think of the Real Madrid Champions League win, where both of them were elite performances. Who would you rather have in a Champions League final for a big game keeper?
If it's UCL final,
It's Thibaut, come on.
probably
You go
Courtois, because
Courtois.
we've seen. Like, I think Donnarumma against Inter, he didn't
touch the ball,
face
did
too
he?
much. He didn't need to. But I think his run last season in the UCL was better than any run Courtois had in a UCL win, if that makes sense.
Oh,
That's not
that's a
outrageous.
crazy claim.
No,
Wait,
no.
The
Hold on a minute.
The 21-22 season, where
You're talking the final.
The 21-22 season, that whole run, the Chelsea, the Liverpool, the Paris Saint-Germain saving penalty for Messi, the final against Liverpool,
stuff.
dropping.
But what about Donnarumma against Liverpool last season, against Villa, against Arsenal? We're naming exactly the same things. The PSG would not have won it without him. And I'm not saying that.
You've given me I've given you 4 rounds. I've told you about the Paris Saint-Germain. I've told you about Chelsea.
So you win because you named one more game.
I've given about the final. Dropped arguably the best goalkeeping display in a Champions League final ever.
But I just said in a UCL final, I would take Courtois.
You said the run.
I said overall run. I think, look, we're going to agree to disagree.
This is why I was pleased with my question, because it's there's not a lot in it. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean like that.
Yeah, well done.
Flav, you had the final debate. I didn't mean like
Great
that.
question, Smith. Well done, mate. Yeah, top man.
Sorry. I meant it was a good debate. Sorry, I sounded awful there, didn't I? I apologise. Flav, sorry, help me out here. Who are you going with?
I mean, they're both great arguments. I'd just go for recency bias, and having watched Donnarumma single-handedly give PSG the win last year, I'm just going to pick Donnarumma. Apologies.
Okay.
Good pick, Flav.
Flav has spoken, Joe.
I'm really not the best person
Don't
That's
put yourself down.
That's some Premier League bias right there.
Right back.
Right back.
And there's an agreement on right back.
There is. I've gone with Reece James.
Was anybody close to picking Hakimi here?
Hakimi?
I was.
He's
If
been
this was
injured.
just based on UCL performances, though, I would have gone Hakimi because Reece James has played predominantly in the midfield in the Champions League. But combining league performances,
Yeah, it's a
he's
good
been
point.
so
We're
good.
basing this on
Both,
season-wide performance, so
exactly.
league form and Champions League form, worth
And
pointing out.
Hakimi's been
And
injured.
he's been injured. Hakimi's been injured for
Yeah.
a couple of months, but Reece James has been Chelsea's with Cole Palmer being out with injury and lack of form. Reece James has been the best player. I
agree.
think what
And
he's
also,
done.
the Reece James, obviously, the thing that is always spoken about Reece James is his availability and his injury situation. But he's
Brilliant.
actually had 39 appearances this season, which is the most in any of his last 4 campaigns. So actually, he's been pretty ever-present for Chelsea this season.
And I think this guy's one of the best footballers in the Premier League.
I agree.
Genuinely. I think when you look at him, there's no real flaw to his game. He's great one-on-one defending. He's good in the air despite his size. Like, he's physical. He's got a really good final pass as well. We always talk about Trent's final ball, and I don't think it's the same as Trent, but he's still got a ridiculous final pass. So I think Reece James should be here.
I agree, that's evident when they play him in midfield as well, and they can play in the centre as well. So stick him up, total agreement.
Here we
Centre-back
disagree.
one.
I've gone Saliba, and I'm not budging on this. No chance.
Neither am I.
Okay, fine.
But then you've got Premier League bison here, so you might get yours.
Go on,
Yeah,
why?
but not an Arsenal bias.
Let's hear the argument.
I think Bayern Munich this season has had an exceptional season, and you look at the back line and you look at different players playing different positions, like Stanisic on the left-hand side, you've got the right-hand side, but Upamecano has been one of the most consistent centre-backs of the past couple of years. And people look at Upamecano, that's moments where they look at him, they might look at some inconsistencies against Man City a couple of years ago, but over the past 2 years, he's been reliable. He's been the most consistent centre-back.
Yeah.
That's a reason why Barcelona won and Paris Saint-Germain won. We wanted him before he signed an extension with Bayern Munich this season. He's been... The reliability, the consistency has gone up to another level, and I think this season has been one of the best 2 centre-backs alongside the other person, which I've got.
I agree with everything you said about Upamecano. I think he is a really good centre-half, but I think Saliba is the better defender overall. And
this season.
look, the next guy we have partners up with him perfectly. They are the best centre-back duo in the world, in my opinion. And Saliba is the more composed one. I actually think Saliba's better than the other one that we're going to touch upon. Yeah, I do.
This season?
Yeah, in general. As a centre-half, even this season. Look, for me, the other one who we're going to touch upon is a bit louder in his
By the
performances.
way, I think we all know who the other
can
one
we
is.
just-
Sorry,
Sorry,
I was
Sorry,
trying
I was
to
trying
be cryptic.
I was trying to build it up.
Gabriel
but-
can just go up there.
Gabriel can go up.
He's
but-
the other one in case people were...
The other.
So the debate for Saliba and Upamecano is a good one, I think.
tight.
Arsenal have conceded 22 goals this season in the Premier League. Bayern conceded 23 goals, so very similar. Bayern Munich only lost 1 game in the Bundesliga this season. We've all seen Saliba, but he has had a very good season as well. So
Exceptional.
we might have to bring Flav in.
Saliba, the thing is, just one argument to make here before Flav takes the stage. Saliba has had the luxury, in my personal opinion, to have the likes of Gabriel next to him, to have the likes of Timber next to him, to have that Calafiori and that defensive scheme, defensive partnership throughout Arsenal, what Arteta's managed to build. Whereas if you look at Bayern, most of it is through Upamecano.
Jonathan Tah has been a consistent alongside him, though.
Jonathan Tah has been nowhere near. This is what I'm saying. He's got Gabriel next to him,
Right.
which gives him the luxury. Whereas
partnership,
he's got the likes of Jonathan Tah, Kim Min-jae's come in. He hasn't been to the same level. It's Upamecano. Let's be real.
I
It is
disagree.
Upamecano.
No.
Correct, I agree with
Okay,
everything
stick
you
him
just
on.
said.
You've got to pass in the magnet.
Pass in the
You've won, Flat. You've won, Faysal.
And
You've won.
I'll never be able to return to Tottenham if I put 2 Arsenal players in there as well. So.
Okay.
I just want to say that was harsh, man. I think what you were saying was harsh, Faze. I think Saliba's been the consistent in that Arsenal defence since the 22-23 season. Anyone around him looks better. He's had multiple different centre-back partnerships.
It's over, man. It's over, man.
It's
It's true, it is over, but
For the next player, man.
no, man, no way.
For the next player, man.
Nuno
Mendes, the best left back in the world. I think if you look at the positions in the world today, I think the biggest gap in difference quality between the first and the second is left back. I think the second best left back, you can argue, is Cucurella, is Bolde, is Carreras, but the gap between second and first, Nuno Mendes is by far the best left back in the world. And what he's done in the past 2 years is...
Easy one for you, this one?
Yeah, easy tap in here. I agree with Faisal. I think he is the best left back in the world, and there's no close second, really. Super complete offensively and defensively.
Okay, stick him up.
Yeah.
Next up.
Declan Rice.
Declan Rice as well, yeah. This guy, for me, is the best box-to-box in the world. As an engine, there's nobody close to him, and he's been so consistent in the league and the Champions League for Arsenal, just competing on all fronts. And that performance against Bayern Munich in the Champions League especially was one of the best centre-mid performances this season, in my opinion.
He's been massive.
A joke, man.
He's been
He's the
massive.
most important player in my
Do you
opinion.
think if Arsenal win the Premier League, he'll be Premier League player of the season?
Yeah.
He would be.
For
And I
sure.
think if they win the Premier League and potentially go far in the Champions League, and maybe England has got a nice little campaign in the World Cup, don't be surprised if we see him top 3, maybe in the Ballon d'Or contention as well. Because nowadays it comes down to what they win rather than thing. And he's got his resume would speak for a lot.
If England go deep, though, I mean, it's Kane.
It's got to be. Look at
That's
Kane,
if
haven't you?
That's if Bayern don't win the Champions League.
Bayern have got a good chance as well. You know, we'll talk about them shortly with their front three. But again, I imagine this is total
special.
for Pedro.
As a Madrid fan, this guy's the best midfielder in the world. He's a magician. He's special. You could tell when he doesn't play for Barcelona how different Barcelona look, but when he does play, how good Barcelona look. He is. Honestly speaking, like if you love football, Pedro's the guy, man.
Like
Football purist, isn't he, Pedro?
He's amazing. I love him.
He's so good.
Please
I
join
agree
Madrid.
with Faysal, man. He's the best midfielder in the world. And I tweeted this when they were playing Athletic the other day. I don't think I've ever seen him lose possession. Like genuinely, his ball manipulation, his press resistance capabilities are just of the highest standard. And then when you combine that with his football IQ, his weight of pass, his vision. He's just so good. Like you can't look at numbers to define Pedri. It's literally poetry in motion.
Yeah, I agree.
One of the best performances this season, I think, was when he went to Newcastle and there was the chat of, the physicality of that Newcastle midfield is going to overrun. And it was just like, Pedri.
Yeah.
But he dropped. That's a normal Pedri performance.
Yeah, the amount of
ridiculous.
games he's played at the age, I think he's 23. The amount of games he's played at this level, it's like he's an experienced player already for a very young player. But he's
for sure.
Brilliant player.
Third
Has to be in this team.
We've disagreed here.
Okay.
So
go first?
My logic was I just wanted a 6 in the team, to be honest. I was thinking about Szoboszlai as well. I was more going to opt for Szoboszlai if it was only including Champions League, and that's not to disrespect his league performances as well, because I think he's been Liverpool's best player all season, 100%. But I've gone with Vitinha because I think he's been equally as good for PSG. I think he's been their most important midfielder. Everything ticks with Vitinha. I think he has 6 goals, 10 assists in all competitions. He's just the maestro in that midfield, and he's been carrying on that great form. I think PSG have dropped off a little bit. You don't think he's been great?
I think the last couple of months, his level has regressed massively, and that's the reason why Paris Saint-Germain is at the stage where they are right now. You look at Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai is the only Champions League player. Forget Mbappe. Harry Kane, Harden is the only Champions League player that's contributed to 7 out of the 8 Champions League.
But the different positions, he's a 6. So if we're talking
he's
about
an
contribution,
8, and
how's he an 8? He's a 6.
He's an 8.
No, but he's played right back. He's played 10 as well. A lot of the time.
I mean, he's a midfielder.
I agree.
We're talking about midfielders. Wait, hold on.
I mean, Vitinha scored 5 goals, 1 assist in the Champions League.
He has contributed 7, 8 every game. You look at Liverpool this season. The reason why they've even made it at this stage of the round of 16 is due to him. The crucial goal against Inter, against PSV, the assist against Marseille, everything what he's done. And even if you look at the league form, Liverpool this season has had a lot of inconsistency with the back line, with the attack. Players not scoring, players not playing well. But Szoboszlai has been the most consistent, the best midfielder for Liverpool in the Premier League. And I think you can even argue he's one of the best midfielders in the world. He's carried Liverpool. Vitinha
he's still one of the best as well.
Vitinha, the level that we saw last season from Vitinha compared to what we've seen this season from Vitinha, last season was amazing, Ballon d'Or level. This season, the last couple of months, he's regressed. If you watch Paris Saint-Germain, you would know the level. He hasn't been great.
I think he's still been excellent this season, Vitinha.
I disagree massively.
He's played every single game, almost 90 minutes every single time as well.
His level's regressed.
He's been a consistent. I'm not saying Szoboszlai has been poor. I think he's been Liverpool's best player. I just admitted that.
He's the best player.
Okay,
This
fine.
season.
That's fine. We agree to disagree, but I think he's still been the best 6.
You haven't watched Paris Saint-Germain this season.
I have.
Flav, you're going to have to step in, mate. You've got the deciding vote.
Well,
where's your head?
Probably shouldn't have, given how much these guys know about both these players. But your argument was stronger. Although Vitinha last year was my favourite player to watch, I thought he was sensational. But I can't profess to the drop-off. I don't know it. So Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai takes it. Okay,
About
do
the
we
midfield
go?
balance there, but we make it work.
It doesn't quite.
Next one is a 6, Pedri as a
6, not
We're going to play the best.
Do we go
box-to-box
right
out
wing
position.
next? Should we do right wing?
Yeah,
let's go
and
right
I think I'm surprised.
right wing. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised that there's no Michael Elise being brought to the team.
Yeah, last time I came on, I said Elise. It was about a month ago, and it wasn't included in the Champions League performances. But I think Lamine Yamal in the last month has stepped up so much. Of course, he had the injury at the start of the season, but the last month he's been playing at the rate at which he was playing at last season.
Yeah.
He's the best player in the world, and I actually don't think there's anyone close to him.
Yeah.
And this season, what's impressed me so much, right, is we already knew he was an ultimate playmaking winger, the best playmaker in the world, in my opinion. But this season, his goal scoring has been refined so much as well, and he's improved that to a ridiculous rate. Last season, he was more predictable as well, in the sense that we kind of expected him to cut in on his left, that Robben-esque shot. But this season, he hits the byline a lot as well, and he's added that unpredictability to his game. So he's just a nightmare to play against. And when you combine elite level goal scoring and elite level playmaking, it's a recipe for just success, and he's the best in the world.
That hat-trick last week.
Oh, wow.
Hat-trick last week.
Still only 18 as well, 30
So good.
goals and assists in all comps. I think a lot of people would agree, most talented player in world football.
But this
But this season, I agree. Elise's actually got 33 goals and assists in all comps. So he's actually, in terms of goal and assist involvement, has outperformed Yamal. But for you,
I think no.
It's Yamal.
I think it's Lamine Yamal. I think he's the best player in the world.
Yeah.
Lamine Yamal at this current stage of the season is the best player in the world, and I think what Elise has done, that's nothing. That's no criticism towards Elise, but I think Lamine is the better player.
Yeah, okay. I think a lot of people agree with you, but it's worth shouting out Elise. So we've got to give him a nod. Let's go to left wing next then.
Mr. Killian.
Bit of cheating going on here.
Bit of cheating.
Yeah, we did.
There is. But then if you look, if you make an argument, Mbappe, some of his goals, 50% of his goals, has come when he started on the left-hand side. So that's not really cheating. It's just being honest. But Mbappe, I mean, I mentioned.
I'll admit to the cheating. I'll admit to that one.
I mentioned earlier about Thibaut. It's been him and Madrid. We are where we are right now due to them. Thibaut doing what he did as a goalkeeper, and Mbappe, he's contributed 73% of Real Madrid goals this season, which shows you how important and crucial he is.
Yeah, top scorer in La Liga and the Champions League.
Without sounding like a Bayern fan again, though, you've got to shout Luis Diaz here in this conversation. I think he's got, 14 goals, 11 assists in the Bundesliga alone. And that front, that Kane, Elise, Diaz combination has been frightening. But for you, quite simply, I'm guessing you're putting him on the left because you have to find a position for Mbappe and you've got another 9
exactly,
coming.
Smithy. I feel like you can't leave out Kylian Mbappe in this team. And I think if we were to remove him from the equation, because he's played mostly striker, Diaz would probably be the best option. But I do want to shout out Hauge as well from Bodo Glimt, because if this was just Champions League performances, he'd be in there straight away, in my opinion.
Okay,
He's been ridiculous.
Stick him up. Striking debate.
Final one, striker. It's the debate we've had. It is Kane versus Haaland for this season. Why Haaland for you?
Here's where I'm at with Haaland, right? I think he's the best pure 9 in the world. I know Kane has scored more goals than him this season, but he's also scored 10 more penalties, and he plays in the Bundesliga, and Haaland's in the best league in the world. And he's dropping ridiculous performances. I think Haaland has tailed off a little bit. He had a great start to the season, but still, the fact that City are in this position is solely down, in my opinion, in the offensive third, mostly down to Haaland. And also, we can't overlook what he did for Norway, getting them to the World Cup. He dropped one of the best individual campaigns for a World Cup qualification we've seen. So for me, Haaland is the best striker.
2 unbelievable players, but numbers-wise, Kane is outperforming by quite a long way. 32 goals in all comps.
By massive
compared to 45 for Kane.
45 goals, over 50 GAs, and we're still in March. I hate the penalty argument nowadays. I mean, what? Strikers are being criticised for scoring penalties?
No, it's not. It's not a criticism. Haaland scored 42 goals, 5 penalties. Kane 50. 15.
But even without the penalties, it's still more for Kane, whichever way you look at it.
It is, but I put context in terms of the league as well.
In different metrics.
No, but I put context to the league. One's playing in the Premier League, one's playing in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, but use the penalty argument, which is a bit sad.
It's just a fact, isn't it?
Their strikers, their duty is to score whatever goals that comes in front of them.
I agree.
The penalty is part of a striker, it's part of any player, which he's done it. He's got over 50 GAs, more than any player in the world. But look at the Champions League, the goals against Chelsea, the goals against PSV.
They've scored the same, by the way, in the Champions League.
Yeah, I mean, it's Harry Kane. And it has been Harry Kane for a decade.
I think Kane is a tap-in for that team personally, but it's a great debate.
It's a great debate. It's a great team
What
as
a team
well.
that
There
is.
we go. The recap of the best player in each position.
I mean, if you look at the goalkeeper, it
League.
should be Thibaut Courtois. Let's be real.
For the last 16 remaining teams, let us know what you think of that